Welcome to Crazy Worms. My name's Ralph. Today we're going to be working on bin number 2. Bin number 2 is one of my original bins. I'll pick out some of this cellophane here that the worms push to the top. I call it cellophane. It's probably plastic. The difference between cellophane and plastic is that plastic is an oil-based product. Cellophane is a plant-based product. They're both clear. Cellophane is old. Okay, here we go. Let's get this uncovered. If you noticed, I've only been covering about 2/3 of the bin because I'm wanting to start to dry out the one section. I want to dry out this section over here so I can harvest some of the castings out of here. And there's a lot of castings in these bins. This bin is, I think I said before, is one of the original bins that I started with. Okay, here's our golf ball. That marks where we fed at last time. And let's dig in here and see what we've got. I did put some corn stalk in here, so I expect to find all of that. Not sure what that is, but it's looks like probably a piece of coffee filter or paper or something. And there's part of the corn stalk. It hasn't broken down very much. Didn't really expect it to. Look at all those worms. There's some worms on the old corn stalks. It will take that a few weeks to break down to where it's edible for the worms. Worms don't really eat the material you put in here. They eat the fungi that grows on the material that's in here. At least that's my understanding. I am not a professional in this business. I've only been doing it for 7 months or so, 7 or 8 months. I'm having fun with it. I'm 80 years old. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and this gives me the opportunity for a little bit of exercise and a little bit of mental challenge in doing the videos, editing, combining all the short pieces of video into a presentable video on YouTube. I'll enjoy doing it. I'm going to keep this side over here. Because it's dry and I want to keep it pretty dry if I can. So let's move this stuff over here. And we'll stir this in. There's a stick that's not going to get broken down ever. Okay, there's not a lot of worms on this side. There's a few. Nothing like on the other side. And when I take stuff out of here, it's going to the garden, so I don't even mind if there's a bunch of worms in the stuff I take out. Because I do not have a shortage of worms. As a matter of fact, I'm a little heavy on worms, but that's okay. All right, let's get this leveled off. Lots and lots of worms in this bin. Okie dokie. Let's put our feeding zone back over here on this side so we can continue our little unofficial migration pattern. Put our worms and corn back in here. And I expect to see that a couple more times before it gets disintegrated. Okay, here's our food tray. Let's see what we've got. We've got some lettuce. That'll be quick food. Some bananas. I think bananas are a worm's favorite. Here's some onion. That'll be around for a few feedings. And let's see, that is a stem off of a sweet pepper, a stem off of lettuce. That'll take a while. Fourth of a banana, and some apple core, and that's about it. That is a sufficient amount of food. I feed every week. Approximately every week. There's some worm chow. And here's some coffee. Let's see what we can find in the old coffee can. And that's probably enough. Let's shred this up. Put it in here. I'm going to pack it in there a little bit. Get some oyster shell for grit. And that pretty much so wraps that up. And we'll cover it up lightly. Level it all back out again. I like to cover it just a little bit. It keeps the varmints down, the flying insects. And we'll put a piece of paper on here and forgot to put my golf ball in. There we go. This bin has plenty of moisture in it, but I like to keep a little bit extra right up on top. Even though I'm kind of trying to dry part of it out. So I'll fold this over like that. Give it some more over here. Okay. I'll just throw that on top there. Here's our plastic. This side here is dry, this side is wet. So we know that's where it needs to go. And we'll fold that back. And this side over here will continue to dry out. Probably by the next feeding cycle, I will be able to harvest that fairly easily. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed my little video. And look forward to seeing you again. Thanks. Bye.